crust is good trash.
Is he pizza crust?
No.
That's fantastic.
He's a banana peel.
Well, speaking of good trash, I think it's about time that we move Grant over to the war room. Yeah, I think we got a draft coming.
All
so
right.
Get your trashy ass out of my my desk here. And fantastic. Woo. See you later. All right.
Grant needs to calm down.
You know, he's a savage animal today. I don't know what his deal is. Put him in the war room and break him a little bit, I say.
All right, tell me some bands. I think I see Night Stalker.
Doom, Undying.
All right, let's talk about the pick first.
Beastmaster
Beastmaster picked up. Very interesting that it survived the ban phase.
And Liquid gets him as well.
Liquid gets Beastmaster.
And that is on the Radiant side, right? It
That
sure
is correct. We have seen...
Mind Control Beastmaster?
Yeah, we've seen that devastation already here before.
And then what bans do we get? So Liquid actually banned Lone Druid themselves.
Oh,
Light Stealer,
really?
Night Stalker. Yeah.
Is that surprising to you, Scruff?
Yes, it is. I would think Matumba Man would want to play it, but yeah. And we see Winter Wyvern coming out for Navi.
Yeah, pretty good.
You think it's going to be aggressive, Winter Wyvern, or we'll just put him in the safe lane here?
Good question. Maybe even starts in the mid and do like an Arctic Baron before he rotates.
All right, you're nuts. We'll do it.
I've actually been waiting.
I'm saying.
Nah, you're nutty. I like it.
It depends on what Liquid picks up, what lanes are gonna be. You know how much help he's gonna need in the middle in the beginning.
But wouldn't Earthshaker start middle if any of the sports do?
Team Liquid's
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
to ban.
All right, we're swapping. We're putting this guy in the river. That's Earthshaker. He's gonna be at the river this whole time. He's just gonna be throwing out stuns, being super annoying.
Wait, did Liquid actually use Ban Broodmother?
They did.
Can we chill? We're still on Venge.
Liquid abandoned Broodmother. No worries. And a sniper.
Script, are you thinking these teams are swapped up, or?
It feels
That's what it sounds like you're saying right now.
Do you dare say that there is
look
a
at Team Liquid's bans and tell me that doesn't look like Navi would ban that.
Not really. Even the picks, right? Beastmaster, because Liquid talks about Mind Control likes playing it, but they don't think Beastmaster is good. Like, they're the one team in the world that doesn't think it's good.
production. Are you sure that we have the teams on the right side here? Because this is pretty wild stuff.
They drag it directly from in-game.
All right, here we go. We got Brewmaster banned out as well.
So, I don't know. This Liquid feels like they're Beastmaster Venge. That's like super hyper aggressive cores, right? Like you have auras. You're just aura game. Did they ban Drow on Navi or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. They
okay,
did.
I was about to say if you give them all three of those, it's over. The game's
about
over.
Luna?
I would legitimately not watch the game.
What about Luna? It's the third aura there.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Luna,
sorry,
like,
this
I
is.
don't think you can do Luna. The thing is, you could put like a Venge or a Drow middle, but you can't put a Luna middle.
What if you do like Venge 4?
Guys, this is that was my bad. I actually
they swapped.
I did swap it up. So
I was right.
I mean, it doesn't change this at least though. But you were right, Scriff, killing it out there.
Did it? The man knows his team so much he refused to believe.
But now that you did swap the drafts.
I'm confused now.
How would you, with Navi, I like the hyper aggressiveness from Navi, but I mean, Team Liquid's the best team at dealing with this. When they played the other CIS teams, didn't they get run out by like an Enchantress and stuff, and they were fine, right? Like Miracle didn't care about that. Queen of Pain.
Queen of Pain pick?
I'm actually so depressed. I've been waiting for the Winter Wyvern Senekio for so long.
Yeah, but this is
okay, we're getting a little crowded in the middle here. We're gonna move this bit back.
DH Earthshaker. This is gonna be good. Liquid is getting.
I mean, it's gonna be good, but I just missed the Navi Winter Wyvern. That was good times.
Yeah, but Grant, you're on the train of Venge being a core, right?
I don't think like
you don't play.
I don't think it's ever good support. Yeah. Last time I saw it played good support was like TI3, honestly.
Wow.
Fair enough. Wait, didn't Navi play it core there at TI3?
Well, I was talking about like. If the last time it was played well, support was like fluff and stuff, and honestly, and that's the last time he was even good. So that's
damn, Grant, take it easy today.
What? I mean, you probably admit
you've had too much monster today, Grant.
I do love monster.
Calm it down.
The pink one, Pipeline Punch, and that's a Nyx. What are you laughing at?
I thought you only the pepper.
Oh yeah, we got the Matumba Lycan. I've been waiting for this pick.
All right, so Nyx, it's just to support Nyx at this point, right? Roaming in the river.
Is that 4 or 5 Nyx?
What? It has to be 4, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I hope so.
What do we got? We got a Lycan. All right.
Yeah, Lycan from Matumba.
Oh, this is so
exciting. Put him safe lane.
Put him safe lane. I got him.
Now, Matumba Man used to say that he loved the Darkseer Lycan. That is no more. Darkseer is all gone now.
Is he?
Is he? Question mark? Could we possibly see it? Well, he said that's his favorite thing in the game.
Shaker, right? So.
Wait, so what are we talking about?
Darkseer for Liquid. as offlane.
I mean, nobody likes Darkseer anymore, right?
Darkseer's just so slow. Like,
Yeah.
Darkseer's the AM of off lanes. Like, you want him to be alone and just farm. And why do you want that in an off laner? That's all he's good for. He's good at staying in a lane by himself and farming.
Sure.
I think he could work but you have to draft your team around him. So like you need a Earth Spirit, Lycan Wolves, and play around the Iron Shell in the early game.
And the problem is you have a Queen of Pain who's gonna flash farm. You have a Lycan who needs to farm, and then even Winter Wyvern, right? Like Winter Wyvern, Darkseer, no room.
Yeah.
Slacks, come on, bro.
Ooh, the Viper. He looks so sad though.
Viper.
He's not sad. He's getting ready.
You think
who clipped his wings?
You think it's middle, Scriff? We've been seeing some safe lanes, but versus a Quap.
I think he can go both.
No, wait. They already have a
10 seconds remaining.
They already have a Venge. There's no way. It has to be middle.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
No, I think Viper is good for lane dominance now.
Yeah, I like him.
I think he's actually even better now than before.
I think so, because he can actually flash farm waves. Like before, if you fell behind, all you can do is hit heroes.
But he's like an agility magic carry now or something, right? Because everything he does is magic.
But he can still dominate because like poison attack is so good in the early game still. Even though you lose like that extra damage, like you don't really need it. You just harass him out of lane. You're fine.
Even later on level 20, when you get the poison attack affects buildings as well, you become a pretty good pusher as well.
Yeah.
If a building goes below half, Viper just does insane damage to buildings.
Are we missing? Am I missing a hero?
10
Who do you have?
remaining.
Wyvern, Shaker, Queen, Lycan?
Did I put Lycan in the wrong team? Oh yeah, I absolutely did. Huh? Lycan's on Dire, isn't it?
Oh. Yes.
All right, come on, guys.
What are you
I think I
talking
figured
about?
this out.
It's fine. Everything's
bad.
fine.
You're good.
Well, I was like, why do I have a Lycan Venge in the same lane? That does not seem right at all.
PA ban.
Yep. No PA coming out. That's interesting. Well, I guess they secured the Viper, so they could take the PA on Viper's team.
PA.
So, there you go. Makes a little bit of sense. I don't think they're just too worried at this point. Team Liquid has a hell of a lineup already, so...
But what is Navi looking for here in the carry with the auras, Like Venge aura goes well with stat.
Well, I think it's weird, right? Is it? It's...
Oh.
Okay.
Hello.
It's a good one.
That's team fight. That's a team fight you need. But now, like, what's your bottom lane? A Warlock Vengeful?
Hey, I mean, Warlock worked last time. It was great.
Yeah.
They played around his ult really well. They used that kind of damage that he has from the Fatal Bonds, and they have a lot of damage dealers on their team, right? So, not too bad of a plan there, I don't think.
It is not, but the thing is, like, with Venge and Viper, you have low cooldowns. Like, that's what your big thing is. You can push lanes. If the other team, like, uses Quap ulti, you don't have to worry about it. Now you have a Warlock ulti, like, you're mixing low cooldowns with high cooldowns.
Yeah, but it's the threat of the Warlock ulti,
I guess.
It's like the Tide, Ravage, saving, just running at people, never using it kind of thing.
Sure. And his other, like, magical stuff has pretty low cooldowns, too.
Fatal Bond. Well, does it? People in Fatal Bonds are pretty high.
I don't know. Shadow Word is pretty great.
One skill. Cool.
I mean, that does a lot of damage in the early game. It really is.
I like it. Venge shouldn't ever die in this lane. They have a good kill potential depending on who goes bottom, but we don't know yet. Who is it going to be? Who's self-sufficient enough to stay in, like, a lane against Vengeful Warlock?
Darkseer.
I was actually damn, like, there's no way. And then I was thinking Tide. They might do something unconventional. I assume Nature's Prophet's banned out, right?
Yeah, he was last banned for.
All right, smart. What about Omni?
That's what I say, bro.
Omni
Knight would be
not
great.
Strong, though, and you hate him.
Oh yeah, he's terrible hero. Don't pick him in pro games for sure. But
I don't actually. Omni versus Nit. Nah, Omni's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because Swap goes through Repel, and then Nyx too. Nyx is pretty good versus him.
PK.
Okay, I like that run at you
so
style.
So it is a. What?
I have to say,
like running dual lanes on Liquid?
Yeah, they feels. Where's Chaos Knight? That's a C.
I have to say, for the first time in Liquid's DreamLeague, I don't think that they've.
I have no clue. Is it going to be Earthshaker offlane and support CK? Are they pulling that out? Because there's no way CK's in the offlane, right? Well, it's too late now. See ya.
I'm confused. Yeah.
I actually am mildly confused at what just happened.
How they lane this? Yeah.
I like this.
I like it, but I have no clue what it is.
For the first time, it doesn't look like Liquid has won the draft. It seems like it go either way on our eyes.
Right.
We will see. Anyway, predictions, boys. Let's make it.
I mean, Liquid just I feel they honestly are a far better team right now, but it goes back to I don't like the long cooldowns on Na'Vi. I think we're gonna see them win a fight, quote me, and everyone's like, Navi's back, Navi's won it, but then they realize they don't have cooldowns and they get run at, and
CK
Liquid wins.
Cooldown, though.
True. but he can also run at you with just Reality Rift and Stun by itself with Echo Saber. I'm going with Liquid still, but Navi will look good early.
I agree with Grant. I agree with Grant with everything, but I'm hoping Navi will ride the early momentum and win this game.
Wow, going for Navi. I'm going to go for Team Liquid. Let's go ahead and throw it over to the men that really know what's going to be going down. Our casters on over to Odie and Fog.
Thank you very much, Slax. Yes, we have it. Liquid versus Na'Vi. And to confirm what you guys were wondering, it is going to be Miracle playing the Chaos Knight. Where they're going to lane, we yet to see. I imagine, I mean, maybe Mind Control is playing the Quap. I guess it all depends really what Na'Vi's lanes are. Liquid might see if they can get the info early and then try and react to that. But what are you expecting from this? Who's going to go where on the map?
I think it's going to be Matu mid, right? That's what I would imagine, because he's done the Lycan matchup before. He gets sacked, and they like to... Oh, they actually have engagement coming out right away.
Yeah, a little awkward here. Who's going to start it off? Look at the Arctic Burn slow onto Crystallize. They've got the Fissure as well, moving closer and closer. Chaos Bolt from Miracle, and that'll be your first blood. Go in the way of Liquid. Who's going to take it? Yeah. It is going to be Matu.
So he's mid. They gave him that kill, too. So I think that's what they're trying to go for here. Like, even though he doesn't win versus a Viper, he'll be able to farm because he gets his passive regen up. Sure, Nether Toxin will be able to break it later on, but... You know,
and I guess
Early's not really that mana efficient.
Yeah, and we'll see how hard they stack the lane, because Liquid could send someone mid to hang around with Matic.
Yeah.
In that matchup, if indeed that is going to be the pairing we get.
It looks Liquid always tends to draft themselves a draft that wins late game, is what I've been realizing every single time. So I think that's their like thought process with the CK pick, that you look at Navi's lineup and they cannot really deal with Phantasm later on. Sure, they have Fatal Bonds and stuff, but they don't have any of these like big AoE like spells, right? It's just Fatal Bonds, and I guess you could say Nether Toxins and AoE spell, and like Impale, but those aren't, you know, that's not what I'm talking about here. It's like these big damaging spells that work with Fatal Bonds well. So I'm pretty sure that's what Liquid's going for here, just going for that straight lake.
Did you see that as well? Liquid take all 4 bounty runes.
They got all 4? Wait, how?
I think Na'Vi was just terrified.
Mind Control skilled Blink.
He did as well, yeah.
Alright, so I was like, how did he get it so quickly?
But yeah, Na'Vi couldn't get to any of the runes.
Okay. That's something. I've never seen that before. Getting all 4 bounties. It's a great start for them. And it looks like Navi's trying to go for an aggro tri-lane here. Try to punish this, but...
I mean, how aggro can it be? That's the question. Because GH, he's eyeing them up. He's moving in. They've got the Arctic Burn slow. Kuroki trying to get it onto all 3 targets. Only gets onto the couple. There's a heal onto Crystallize. Crystallize will be fine. But it's going to be a challenge, I feel, for this tri-lane to get something done. Unless they're able to, say, get GH, because a lot of the time, the Fissures, the stuns from CK, Liquid have the chance to turn it around and focus the target down.
I think this is a scary,
yeah.
This is a scary defensive tri-lane. If you get out of position whenever they have the Arctic Burn up, you're very at risk of dying on the Warlock and the Nyx Assassin. I don't really think Na'Vi has too much kill potential unless they catch one of those supports on the side there. Killing Miracle is a very mighty task. They don't have great damage between the 3 heroes, Warlock, Venge, and Nyx. Fissure comes out, finds Seneko. They get a stun as well, follow up with creeps on him.
Oh, good stun comes through from Roger, buying some time for Seneko with the heal. He will be fine, but pretty much our worries, as we thought, being shown here as Liquid just seeming to pack more of a punch here on these early levels than Na'Vi's own aggressive tri-lane.
Yep. Opposing lanes, Mind Control. Not doing so hot versus General. 3-1 Queen of Pain CS to the 11-4 of Beastmaster. Seeing how dominant the hero has been lately. Should be able to recover at a decent rate though once you get some levels on the Queen of Pain. And mid lane as well, like we said, the Viper should win this one pretty handedly. But under tower, Lycan can farm fine, and once you get a couple levels of Feral Impulse, you get that extra bonus regen, and you do okay.
Look at that. Still able to give Dendy, that rundown.
Yeah.
With the amount of physical he has with the Hound.
That's also because he got first blood, so he started with boots on top of his regen. We'll see GH doing what he tends to do. Walk toward mid, look for that block, completely switch up the way that the lane advantage goes.
Regen-wise, Dendy down to just a lone Fairy Fire. So this would be a great time if Dendy does come past the steps.
Yeah, he's bringing himself out of South now on the Viper, on the Courier.
Yeah, and this is all, of course, under the watchful eyes of Na'Vi's ward, so Dendy won't overstep the mark. He'll be fine. GH realizes and returns back up to the top lane.
So Na'Vi didn't get a chance to actually block any of the pull camps in the top side, and they went for aggro. So I think it's going to be tough for them to stay in experience and similarity in experience versus Liquid. If Liquid can just keep getting chain pulls off, that's where they're going to start getting a big lead versus Na'Vi's tri-lane. And Venge already suffering a bit, 8-3 to the 13-2 of the Chaos Knight.
You got to kind of ask yourself where does this sort of move play? Because this tri lane, if up top, if they can't leave the Venge alone, you know, having these lanes set out, and it's very hard for them to make any movements. And as we saw, you know, GH does, he has the freedom to move around. That top lane can suffice with just the two, Kuroki and Miracle at this stage. So very hard for Na'Vi to really make any sort of moves. But as you say, the mid lane and the bottom lane, it is good news for Na'Vi. They are. Yeah. They're doing fine there, so it's going to be more about when they group up with this massive amount of auras and this potentially very strong mid game that Na'Vi can have.
It's about to be nighttime though, and that's when the house starts really kicking in. Yeah. So that's where the tri-lane becomes way stronger. And yeah, like you were touching on it too, is Na'Vi's heroes, they don't really have great roamers. Liquid, they walk up in for the bounty rune. Roger actually ends up getting it here. Roki and GH, there's 3 heroes there. They got to be a little bit careful. Stun was off the mark though from Roger.
If that connected may have brought time for Crystallize to come in with his own magic missile. Could have got a kill. Dendi does have a haste rune. He's heading up this time. Yeah, the stun hits and Na'Vi. They get the kill. GH down. Quick moves from Dendi as he picks up the Dream Rune for that situation. And he gets himself back just in the nick of time. Not missing a single creep.
Base taste rune. Crystallize though, definitely suffering, as we were mentioning. 13-3 CS to 24-4 of that Chaos Knight at the moment now. But the other 2 lanes, definitely Na'Vi favored. When nighttime hits, the howl gets amplified by double, but he didn't end up getting too many points, and he wants to have that 1 level point of Wolves. So 1-1-3 build for Matu this game coming around.
Mind control.
What they try to set up for mind control here? They've got mana burn skill too, and mind control is very low on mana too. So coming up from the rear, Roger gets the mana burn off. Mind control is completely here. They're getting the body blocks too.
They've got quite enough damage with the stun. It's going to be close. GH comes in with the TP, but I tell you what, it's not in time. Mind control's done. GH should find General in response, or at least he's looking for it. Oh, General could get away. There's no points in the passive yet. In fact, General, he comes back in, mans up, starts to beat into GH. They can't quite bring the Shaker down. In fact, Roger did tank a couple of tower hits. May cost him his life. No, turns with the stun, and he gets the kill. Roger takes down GH. Kuro trying to finish him off here as he flies across the tree line, and he does manage to find it. So both teams sort of trading kills back and forth, back and forth.
GH underestimating how much damage he would take. He had 10 stick charges, so he was trying to man up and get those stick charges off before that, but yeah, the stun connects and he ends up paying with his life versus Roger. But yeah, Na'Vi looking pretty sharp right now, still not at a net worth advantage just yet because of that first blood. But the 3 lanes not going too bad. Just Crystallize is the one who's suffering a bit, but they do that to him most of the time on Na'Vi. They end up emphasizing on the other 2 lanes a bit more. Even though they had him in that tri lane, he is a bit sacked.
Well, they're going to have a try for Dendi here as the front comes through Kuro. Slow off GH does find the Fissure, no real sort of block. But the Arctic Burn connection, in fact, with the walls blocking Dendi up, looks like he should be in trouble. Nice stun, catches off 2 of them. It's buying more time for Dendi to get out of there. But again, this beautiful block from Matumba Man and his walls does allow them to get the kill. And Kuro now in trouble, but indeed, Matumba Man with the ult, ready to turn, looks for Seneko. Fissure block is out. Matumba Man claims the double kill. They do end up losing Kuroki to Roger as Roger continued to chase him down. Well, I'd say some great micro from Matumba Man there with the wolves.
There's a reason this guy's known as the best Lycan. Yeah. And that right there, those are level 1 wolves. Beautiful body blocks. That's because of the skill build he went for the 1-1-3 build. And he's queuing up the Necro Book. Wants to be able to rush that one out early. Crystallize top.
He has got the backup of Roger. 1 stun thrown out as the Crystallize, in fact, looks to turn with a magic missile. He wants to man up onto Miracle. It's going to be close. Pops the stick charges. Miracle as well with his own stick. Kuro's got enough damage to take Crystallize down. Roger does have to be careful. Miracle's still got a bit of mana to play around with, but he is very low. In fact, oh, Roger, he turns with the stun. Again, manning up, but Miracle salves and will be back up pretty much full, especially with the regen for the help.
GH rotated bottom with my control, and they found a kill on to the Beastmaster. So that advantage that Beastmaster had in the early game is gone now. Queen of Pain actually has surpassed in the net worth as well as the last hits plus denies. Mind control. Doing a great job in that bottom lane of recovering. And let's take a look at how the levels on the support's doing. So Kuroki's level 5, he's only level 5 support as GH picks up a bounty and gets 5 too. So Liquid doing a better job of distributing their experience, as we kind of expected, because they had that safe lane tri-lane in comparison to an aggro tri-lane. It's a lot harder to maximize.
Dendi, of course, on this Viper, he's at the highest in terms of Na'Vi's cores. But I think the question is, what is the Viper going to do this game that's so good for Na'Vi? You know, they've obviously drafted it. What's its strengths here that they can actually abuse?
They want to group up with it. That's what I'm seeing. Bottom lane, mind control, and GH, they find Crystallize.
And he has the heal from Seneko. Isn't enough to keep him alive? No, not from that burst. Control has. They get the kill. Mind Control does have to be a bit careful with the fatal bonds, especially with GH still tanking some of the damage. He's looking for the Fissure, does find it, but Seneko on the other side of the Fissure. Timmerman still able to reach across the wall and take him down. The Timmerman making the moves.
So yeah, they're trying to group up with the Viper, but they're starting to pay a lot around the other lanes. And Liquid does have a very strong lineup, actually just bring him down with that minus armor implication from the Chaos Knight. Plus Lycan as well. They do a ridiculous amount of physical damage on the side of Liquid with these heroes. And then they have Wyvern for later on.
They've got great ways exactly to deal with the way that Na'Vi want to play. It's just
Wyvern can push out the lanes constantly with that Splinter Blast, as we see Kuroki emphasizing on getting 3 points in that. And bottom now, bo2 in some trouble here.
Does have a TP, and indeed, straight up.
He just cancels it.
Okay.
He doesn't
want
to go
confidence,
base. The rest of his team is rotating down. Dendi is in a world of trouble here.
And can he get out of this one? I don't know if he can. Enchant Totem into the Fissure. Miracle closes the gap. They've got good stun. And they do still have the Rift to bring him back into the reaches of Liquid. Mega kill streak from the Timberman.
9-minute 50 book one complete on the mid Lycan, who is versus Viper.
Yeah, this is getting pretty quickly out of control now. There's no doubt about it. 10 minutes in, 3K gold lead for Liquid, 9-4. Just everything about their lineup just seeming to be that much smoother. And their game plan a lot easier. And they've got a lot of answers for Na'Vi's game plan, as it seems.
Yeah, their movement around the map is just so crisp. Just being able to find all those pickoffs, get the early tower. Na'Vi looks like they will be able to claim this top tower with the Beastmaster having level 7. And General will have book finished up as well at a decent time. GH getting spot out here by Seneko. GH, well, they actually get the courier snipe here. Mind Control finds it. While it's on its way toward top.
Seneko and Roger, they should have a good chance of taking down GH. Got the Shadow Word. And to get his way out of this, he pops the stick charges. Is that going to be enough to save him from the Shadow Word? Damage, surely not. No, he does go down, but look who's here. Liquid ready to find the return kills. They bring down Roger. Na'Vi turning up in full force, but it seems to be that Liquid have the greater numbers. They look towards Dendi, bringing him down low. Winter's Curse to hold back one of them as they pick about the side of them, take down Dendi, looking for Crystallize as well. Mind Control actually jumping deep beneath the tower. He's definitely paying for that one. I don't know what that jump was.
That one was a big, that was crazy by Mind Control.
What was the plan there, Mind Control?
He got excited.
He did, just a little bit, bless him.
Yeah, they didn't have anything else up. Everybody was low on mana, low on health. The Shapeshift had ended, and the books can't really chase too well without Shapeshift. So they lose Mind Control, but they do get Viper again. And Dendi has, after having a pretty good laning start, is 0-3.
It's a carry Beastmaster now on the charts, as it seems.
Yep. And Venge trying to catch back up as the max stun build. Since he went for the aggro tri-lane, he wanted to have that, but that really reduces the amount of damage that you can do with those right clicks, because we usually see the 1-1-4 build or the 1-2-2, some kind of build along that variance.
I mean, it's pretty much as we sort of thought would happen up top. It was the fact that this aggressive tri-lane just didn't really achieve anything that the aggressive tri-lane sort of set out to do so. It didn't slow down Miracle Swarm, and it didn't get any kills.
It's not really that. Just look at it on paper, it's not a good aggro tri-lane. Like Venge, Warlock, Nyx. Nyx Assassin, he's fairly weak in the lane. Warlock as well, you need levels in order to do damage. And they had a pull on the side of Liquid, so they could just always out-maximize them. But here we go, they look like they're trying to go for the Roach Pit here.
I mean, this is one of their strengths with the auras that they do have.
Yeah.
Despite being behind, they can take Roshan down fairly quickly. And as it seems, Liquid, they don't have ward coverage around the area. Can Na'Vi get away with this? It would be pretty huge, but look who's on the prowl. Mind Control and Illusion. Will he send them into the pit? No. He's not sending it into the pit.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get this one.
They may just get away with this, Na'Vi.
Even with the level 1 Vengeance Aura, the fact that they just have Beastmaster is enough with the book.
And this is pretty huge for this lineup that is a little bit behind, but getting objectives like that, Aegis into the hands of Crystallize, they just made a sweet little play that sort of one-ups Liquid. Liquid didn't seem to have a clue of that going on.
Yeah, they definitely had no idea. KuroKy was sitting behind Miracle bottom. They thought some gank was coming out, but now Na'Vi, they have their strength, the strength of numbers grouping up, but they have to watch out for the Winter's Curse.
Roger does get the stun onto KuroKy. They take a man time, they swap him back. The Echo Slam goes up with a spike. Carapace was there from Roger. They've lost Kuro, but it returns to Neko, goes down 1 for 1. Matuma Man ready to fight, so is Miracle. Pops the Phantasm, brings in Dendi. Triple kill for Matuma Man and Na'Vi. I don't know if they're even getting out of this one. Roger gets ripped apart as well, and Crystallize, he's also going to be going down by the looks of it. Mind Control blocks him off. Crystallize trying to desperately do something, but there's nothing he can do at all. 13 minutes in, they get the Roshan, but they subsequently get massively team wiped.
And even the Rock is going to chase. They didn't chase the Rock, but yep, Matu comes up from the back. They try to overcommit. Well, they try to commit onto killing Kuro because the Winter's Curse versus this Aura lineup is really devastating, but Miracle and Matu just pierce the back lines and absolutely demolish Na'Vi. Level 12 Lycan already at this point in time with that book too. It just shredded everybody.
Matuma Man is absolutely loving it. Roger does have eyes onto GH. GH getting all the bounties, gets both of them. Only 150 gold away from having the Blink Dagger. 14 minutes in. This is going to be a strong timing for GH. Does get caught out by the stun, and this will put that Blink Dagger on hold if they can finish him off. Mind Control jumps forward, but GH is gone. Sonic Wave comes out onto 2. Spike Carapace was there. They'll look towards Crystallize. The Shadow Word heal from Seneko, keeping Crystallize alive. Now Kuro gets the burst off, pops down the Winter's Curse. Seneko's hitting into him. Can they keep Crystallize alive? He swaps himself away, tag teaming Dendi into the front lines of the action. Gets the slow on to KuroKy. Raw as well. They're looking to take down the Wyvern, and they will find it. Beautiful stun from Roger. Gets both of them. But Mind Control, he's still able to blink out. Doesn't matter. Dendi gets the double as the Viper Strike Poison ticks him down. And that is exactly what Na'Vi needed to strike back with there. Not only getting GH at the start of it, but finding 2 kills after, putting GH's Blink Dagger timing on a little bit of a waiting list.
And now Roger has
Roger's got his own.
Wow, Roger with some very clutch stunts coming out.
Some really nice stuff. I mean, the spike carapaces as well every time.
Yeah, he's got the 2-1-4 build, so that duration of the stun was more than enough to save his buddy. But Liquid, they didn't have their 2 big ultis up. Sure, they had Wyvern ulti, they used Sonic Wave, but the 2 big ones at this moment in time is really Matu's ulti and the Phantasm, it does seem like, especially from that last engagement. Probably more so Matu. I think that's the biggest one. He's got Book 3 finished up already, and that's, I mean, it's 15 minutes and Owen. They spot Roger out here. He is invis though.
Always stuck.
They
don't have further vision though. No.
Using wolves, they're scouting out Dendi. They do see him down here. Crystallize going to be coming down. Matu's just trying to commit onto Dendi
he
here.
wants to go for the kill straight away. Jump forward from Mind Control, lands down the slow. Matuma Man just bites into him with the physical, and Dendi is gone.
He's going for Crystallize
He
too.
certainly is. He's not stopping. There'll be a magic missile to buy some time, but indeed, with the purge from the Necro unit slowing down this Vengeful Spirit, Crystallize and Dendi getting picked apart by Matuma Man on the big bad wolf. Matuma Man 10-0-3, and as you say, 16 minutes in, having incredible farm.
I mean, this guy's like so terrifying. They prioritized banning him so heavily in this game too. They banned Lifestealer, Lone Druid in the first 2, and he still gets one of his signatures.
I mean, because as we were saying when the draft, because of that, you were like, well, maybe Matu's going to be playing the co-op because most of his big stuff's there, but we sort of forgot about it. Na'Vi, I think they certainly forgot about it. Matuma Man's liking getting through and having an absolute cracker of a game so far.
Roger scouting out the 2 supports from the side of Liquid here. The blink, though, from GH, able to distance himself from Roger. And now I believe Liquid will probably take it a little easy, maybe play as a unit, just letting Lycan farm in the meantime till Shapeshifts back up. But Shapeshifts only has a 20-second cooldown remaining now, and he's on his way toward an Assault Cuirass as well. And look at the Wolf. Look at the Wolf scouting. Just standing on top of Navi's heroes in the mid lane, so they know exactly where they're going.
Roger.
Trying
to put it up onto Kuro, but he has to blink away. His team wasn't quite in position to do anything behind him.
Very deep aggressive wards coming out from Liquid. They see all of Na'Vi walking through this at the moment, so they know they have full information, and Matu has priorities. He's going for objectives, pushing out top lane, gonna go for that tier 1 top, and they're gonna have all their ultis up now, so they are definitely ready to take a fight.
Completed Echo Saber on Miracle as well. It's looking very, very scary for Na'Vi. They have this lineup, Viper, Venge, Cause, playing from behind and quite quite a bit behind as well now. That 6K gold lead that Liquid have at this early stage.
They've got a very early game team fighting lineup, and it can't fight versus Liquid by any means at this moment in time. 7K gold lead.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Push coming in from Liquid. And RV, very little they can do at these tier 2s. I mean, they are going to try for it, but Timberman straight away going for the ult. GH just gets spotted out. Indeed, they'll turn around with the chaotic offering, but it only holds them back for a couple of seconds. The swap comes in, but look who's there. GH gets the jump straight away with the Fissure out. Dendi will fall. GH does go down in return. Timberman looking to continue to chase. He's a little low himself, does have to be careful. Will get himself away. Winter's Curse onto General just to make sure he couldn't do anything to interfere with Timberman's escape. And Na'Vi will lose the Beastmaster as well. 3 down. I mean, they do bring some of Liquid fairly low. They do get the kill onto GH, but it's still not good enough. It cost them 3 heroes. Liquid still getting away with absolute murder.
Yeah, the Viper isn't able to really get much off because he's just getting jumped on in the fights and getting exploded by everything that Liquid does have, even though he gets swapped.
Oh! Roger.
Okay.
That's a
nice little bit
there. One there. The well play's come out.
Yeah. They were able to find something off of all that. But yeah, Liquid's sheer aggression. Na'Vi doesn't seem to be reading the map of Liquid's movements whatsoever. They just keep getting these fights in Liquid's advantage. Even though they've got all the ultimates that are used by Na'Vi, it's just not enough to be able to deal with what Liquid's got going on.
And you kind of feel for Crystallize as well. You have this Mask of Madness, and since he struggled to get his next item, he had the Shadow Blade queued up, now he's got the BKB queued up. You can tell that this Veg, he's in a position that you don't plan to be in, and you're just kind of looking at the game, and you're asking yourself, what can I actually buy that allows me to do more? And at the moment, just opt in for the BKB so he can buy a bit of time to at least get his spells off in the fight. But even so, this carry Venge is not going to have much of an impact against Liquid's cause.
No, definitely not. When you're playing this carry Venge, you need to have like a pretty sizable advantage in the early game in order to actually stay relevant and keep up. But when you're versus Chaos Knight and Lycan, it's actually super hard. You don't match versus these heroes whatsoever. They can just close the gap on you. And I mean, CK doesn't care at all about us.
No.
Avenge, even late stages, no matter how farmed she is, just eats her alive. How long is for Roche? About 20 seconds till we find out how long it's going to be till it spawns, and Liquid's looking to go. They've got Book popped on Matu. He's got Shapeshift ready, and the rest of Liquid smoked behind him, trying to look for an engagement. Gonna bring this tower down so quickly. And it hits nighttime. So.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
There's not really much stopping from Liquid going for more if they want to at this stage.
Shapeshift is popped.
Yeah, he's going to keep pushing in. Looking to draw their attention towards the mid, and as you say, Liquid very much ready to jump in with the play if Na'Vi do try and kick off something.
They forced everybody back. As soon as they see that, they start pushing out the other lanes. Damage is done. They got half of it, more than half of the tower now.
Oh, the double dust. Roger gets the blink off in time though. Liquid, they dropped a sentry, they dropped 2 dusts. Can they actually catch him? Oh, he's actually going to come back and show himself. Goes for the stun.
They're coming in.
They want to try and fight this. They're leading in straight away. Kuro on the front line starts to get the Arctic Burnout, pops the Winter's Curse to hold down Crystallize. GH has got the slam ready. He's going to look for the opportune time to jump in. In fact, doesn't look like he actually wants to. He's holding back. Sonic Wave not enough to finish off Crystallize. The Mind Control blinks in, is able to finish him off. They've lost their core, they've lost their carry Na'Vi, and they may lose more. GH still with the Echo. Here's the blink, jumps for, just drops it. Doesn't get a lot of targets. In fact, good turnaround stun for Roger, catches out 2 of them. They have the chaotic offering as well. They're bringing Liquid down low. They get the kill onto GH. Mind Control blinks away. Miracle's turned up to the fight now though, and he has Phantasm, brings in Dendi. Matumbaman somehow still being the one to get these last hits on the kills.
12-0.
And despite that, you could see how much Na'Vi wanted to come back in on that one. And sure, they bring down GH, but it cost them their big ultimates. They're not killing the cause of Liquid.
The Rock doesn't seem to be doing much of anything versus Liquid either at the moment. Took a little bit of a mini stun, but that's just about it. Roger's scouting out, giving some information, but he's in. Matu looking for General. Killed the Book. Extra gold for Kuroki. And that's a full AC finished. 22-minute Book 3 AC on Lycan.
That's got to be some of the fastest timing on Lycan we've seen in a while.
It's 12,000 net worth at 22 minutes. 600 GPM on a mid Lycan versus a Viper. Well, 534, but it's almost 600.
Crazy, crazy timing. Yes. as it has been. Navi, very little to do against this. Roger.
Trying to give as much scouting information as possible.
And out of the two, I've been pretty impressed with the way Roger's been playing this game.
All right.
You know, he's been getting some nice stuns off, doing some good stuff from behind, and they're doing it again, Fog.
They're trying to go for it here.
It worked last time.
But this time, Liquid knows it's up.
They do indeed, but Roger's got the eyes on them. Navi will know it's coming in.
Though. They've got the sentry on the high ground there. They did see Roger for a moment. They're trying to walk into the pit, though. They're not dying fast enough.
They're still trying to commit to this, but it's only a half health. It's still going to take a bit of time.
The upheaval and the nether toxin are zoning out Liquid.
Apparently so, yeah. Liquid are feeling scared of going in, and Navi, they get away with it, but they may lose lives here. The Fisher comes out onto 2. General going straight away onto the side of it all with the axes onto GH. Dendi, the GH forces forward, but already Navi, they've lost the Beastmaster. Matuma Man focusing Dendi. Dendi swallows the cheese. They do bring down GH. Aegis has been popped. Liquid being forced back. Dendi ready to try and continue the chase with Crystallize. Roger's coming in from the sidelines. He's going to look for the perfect stun. He may just find it. No, Phantasm from Miracle comes out. The BKB's there as well. Looks towards Crystallize, swaps himself away, but the stun flies through. Miracle turns his attention towards the 1, then the 2. Double kill for Miracle, and maybe even more. He chases Crystallize, trying to desperately hide in the tree lines. The walls leading forward, looking for the vision. Miracle can't quite get the rift off. A little too far, a little too speedy with that mask, and Crystallize will survive, but the rest of Navi fall. And again, they do get this Roshan, but it cost them ever so heavily, and it really seems that's the only thing Navi can do this game. Get Rosh. Everything else is a bit of a different story.
Yeah, Chaotic Offering was still on cooldown, their big teamfight ultimate, and Liquid just, with that advantage that they've got at the moment, easily able to run them over. As soon as CK pops Phantasm BKB, they all just like, oh my god, we gotta get out of here.
Radiant's top shrine.
Oh boy.
He's also gotten, I think Miracle's gotten the extra bonus illusion proc every time. Sure, it's 50%, so it's pretty high. Mid lane?
Oh, they do find the roar, but Fish is there for GH, and Matuma Man just turns with the minions. Crystallizer's gone.
All right.
Very tricky kill to get Roger. Looking for some harassment onto GH. They do bring Dendi in. The initial slow off, but they've got to be careful how long they chase GH, especially with the rest of the team in the nearby. Dendi and Roger, they've got to be careful how they poke at this. Dendi's going to get turned upon. The Fisher, the jump in. Miracle's there with the rift back, and Dendi's gone. Sonic Wave out onto 2. Liquid, they're going to try and chase for Roger as well. And second rift brings him back. They wait out the Spike Carapace. Looking to juke the stuns. Great stun and blink though from Roger. We'll get him onto the high ground. Makuro's there, ready and waiting with the chase. He's got the Shrine heal. Can Roger actually play his way out of this one? I don't think he can. Spike Carapace will hold Mind Control back. And Mind Control's almost going to certainly want to chase. Oh, he gets out.
Nicely done.
I can't believe he escapes that one, Roger.
Small little win, yeah. I mean, well, not a win. They killed GH, but they lose Dendi. But win for Roger.
I said he's been playing his heart out. Roger's been doing a great job. He
actually has been.
Certainly been the flashiest out of Na'Vi this lineup in this game. Some great Nyx Assassin plays. Just getting so much information. And not dying that much at all. 4-4-9 in a situation when your team's down 15 to 29, 26 minutes in. I think you're pretty happy as this support Nyx Assassin. For yourself, at least, you may have sort of different feelings towards the rest of your team as it's not going great for Navi.
No, definitely not. And I mean, he's playing this Nyx Assassin versus what was like a 13-minute book 3 or 14-minute book 3, so it does make it a lot harder. And it's a group up lineup from Liquid. So it does make that game a lot harder for the Nyx Assassin and bottom GH. Blinks away. General does have Blink Dagger. He has Necro Book and Roar. A little bit low on the mana.
Roger. Looking for a lead in. Cold Embrace will be there. They get the Roar onto Kuroki, trying to focus down the Wyvern first. They drop down the Chaotic Offering, but Miracle's there with the BKB and the Phantasm. Looking towards Crystallize. Crystallize gets himself out of range, but the Warlock's not going to be as lucky. Picked apart. Crystallize still gets dragged in by the grips of Liquid. They've got the Fisher block off on Dendi. Dendi down as well. Roger, the only one to escape with his life intact. They've lost 4 Na'Vi.
They might just pause in a second.
They do all have buybacks. I mean, if it's the Na'Vi we know and love, they will fight till the end. But it's looking to be quite a grim one. Mind Control's low.
It's got Lincoln Sphere though, so you can block the mana burn.
Oh yeah, this is... Oh.
And he pops Dust. He expects Roger to be there.
Oh.
Roger with a quick blink. He's toying with him.
He's being chased. Oh, he's going to miss the stun though. That should cost him his life. He's got Spike Carapace up again. Mind Control's trying to wait it out. Sort of play with it. Roger, can he actually live it?
Yeah,
oh, no, he's down. They do find it. Mid lane gets cleaned up.
Yeah, Matu just eat the racks already.
But again, these are the sort of plays you're drawing away the full force of Liquid away from the base. Sure, you still lose your mid racks, but maybe the damage to the base would have been higher. You know, if Roger wasn't pulling him away like that.
Ah, yeah, maybe. But now it's a full heart on Matu. It's about to be a full heart on Miracle as well. So it's looking pretty done here. 20k gold lead with a CK.
21k.
20,
oh, actually 20.
It just ticked up to 21k.
Yeah.
21k experience though as well.
21k.
And now, yeah, Reality Rift Pierce Spell Immune. Does anyone even have BKB on the side?
Yeah,
no.
Not yet.
Crystallize almost does. So
he almost does.
Miracle's preparing for the future.
Yes. Crystallize is going to see that and he's going to sell his parts of the BKB. He says, what's the point? We need that Rapier now. Rapier Vengeful Spirit. I've never seen it before in my life.
Don't know if that would even do anything.
Probably not.
Unfortunately. Dendy's now going queued up a Blade Mail. Just trying to return some of that damage.
But dude,
back.
couldn't that be the strat though? You buy 6 Rapiers, then you die, and then your aura just kills whoever killed you.
Dude, that's so much gold. 6 Rapiers, that's more gold than they have across their entire team already.
In this whole season of Dota. Yeah. That is a lot of money.
Everyone on the side of Liquid, well, the bit 3 cores hitting their level 20 marks, getting those big talents, as we saw being pointed out by our lovely observer. Matu now working toward bottom with the Arcane Rune as well, so straight value here, popping the Necro Book. He chose the, he also, if you notice, he put the 16% Feral Impulse damage over the Shapeshift duration. Oh boy.
Here we go, party time for the boys. Stunning Wave on 2, Crystallize, he's down, but does have buyback available. The rest of Na'Vi getting back, but General brought in, gets the force off, dropping down the Chaotic Offering. Miracle's BKB is now worn off. They're turning towards the Chaos Knight. He's having to back away. Miracle will still be able to pick up the Warlock with the illusions. Jump forward, good stuff from Roger, holds back the 2 of them, but they're looking towards Crystallize. Crystallize brought back for this, he's down. GG is called. It's finally all over. Liquid take the win 30 minutes in. And quite a win indeed. Na'Vi, they did indeed fight to the bitter end. But ever since the lanes, it looked like it was pretty much done and dusted. Liquid taking the easy walk to victory as it seemed with that game.
God, Matu is an absolute monster. Every single one of these games, he's been that rock. I said it yesterday as well. Him and his Lifestealer, when they were struggling a bit, he was still 7-0 in the game in the early game. This game, even though he's in a hard matchup,